Hey,
Hey,
how you? How your week going so far?
great. Even if it ain't, it's going great.
Can't complain. It ain't gonna do nothing.
That.
It ain't gonna change nothing. Um, right now I'm just waiting for people to come in here because, like I said, I'm on TikTok and Instagram, so I'm waiting. Hey y'all,
I'm waiting with you.
got another topic for y'all today. I told y'all I was gonna pop back out and it was gonna be a surprise, so here I am. Ooh.
Let me share this.
Yeah, I just did, and now people coming in here. Hey y'all, thank you for the likes. We're gonna get into the subject in a second. I'm over here sipping.
Me too.
Don't judge
I
me.
ain't sipping. I'm drinking.
I'm a sip because I'm on this podcast. I'm a drink afterwards. Don't worry about it. Hey, Mir. I miss you, homie. I be seeing you on the stories. You still funny as shit for no reason. It don't even make no difference. It don't make no sense how fucking funny you are. Just naturally funny. And if anybody wants to join on either side, if you on TikTok side or if you on Instagram side, you are more than welcome to join. Just be okay with having a real conversation because this is definitely going to be a real conversation. Y'all already know if you watch any episodes of Peer Pressure, then yeah, it's just that pure pressure. Oh, you like the surprise, Bobby? I be tripping off these people. Because the support be real from the people who don't know you, I swear it do.
Right, that. And I don't know nobody, so.
Nat, you don't know nobody.
I don't. We're gonna see. They gonna know me after the day.
They think they, but that's what this subject gonna get into real quick. Don't even worry about it. Everybody be so used to you being the same person you used to be. But we got a few people in here, so I'm gonna start on my subject before I get too lit and get hot. Y'all see me sweating already.
It's the hoodie.
Did it too. Anyway, welcome in. This is another episode of Peer Pressure Podcast. We have a special guest in the building. My sister from another mister. Don't fuck with her. Shonda. And today's subject is let the past stay in the past. Like, there's a quote that everybody has seen it, everybody has shared it. Do not judge me by my past because I no longer live there. Or I don't live there anymore. However you want to say it, it all mean the same thing. And this is like to piggyback off of the topic yesterday, where's the love? And part of that, the reason that I'm piggybacking off of it is because, like I told you, I had a realization on Christmas based on a lot of things that happened. It was things that came before that were confirmation of this for me. But talking to the people that I consider friends, was there's only 3 people that I really consider friends, like, and they really family. And every one of y'all has said the same thing. Shonda is one of those people as far as me accepting and knowing, all right, yeah, I went through stuff in the past. Yeah, I did things in the past, but that is not who I am anymore. And it's okay to own that and to be confident enough to stand in the fact that I don't live there anymore. I am not who I used to be. I don't have to accept the things I used to accept because it used to be okay, you know what I'm saying, back then, and I acted like it was okay back then, don't mean it's okay now. And that's in all aspects. That whether it be career-wise, whether it be family-wise, friendship, relationship, whatever it is. But it also made me realize, based on some things that I have experienced recently, how the people closest to you be the ones that want to hold you in that place for so long. You can put so much time into yourself, so much effort, you making changes, you making progress. Even if you don't announce every change you make or every, progression or step that you take, you're putting yourself out there to do better, to be better. And these people just don't seem want to let you live. Or even if they fall off, we all fall off the bandwagon. Everybody has things that they struggle with. They automatically, as soon as you have one little hiccup, one little mistake, one little incident, oh, you just like you used to be. You doing the same stuff. You own the same stuff. They automatically expect that for you, even if that is not what you're giving. Even if that's not who you are anymore. Even if you've shown, improved, and you've changed, and it's evidence there that that's not who you are anymore. People have a problem with allowing people to grow past their past. Y'all know I have talked to y'all about some of the things that I allowed and some of the things I went through, and even some of the things I did that I just ain't doing no more. But there are a lot of people who have a problem with accepting the fact that I have changed. Like, they really expect me to be the same, and when I'm not giving them the same energy or the same access to me, it's taken as a negative experience instead of them appreciating and recognizing my growth. So being that I recognize that not only with me, but with friends or people that, I'm associated with, this is an ongoing thing. This is something that everybody deals with. And, I definitely wanted to get Shonda's feedback on this because she's come from stuff. She's built herself through things, and she experiences this also. People still hold the same stigmas, the same conversations, the same energy, and she's nowhere near the person she used to be. And I vouch for that. This is somebody I've been around for 20 years. She is not who she used to be. And y'all y'all really got messed up.
Seriously, I'm not. And for those who think I am, that's why they don't have access to me anymore, because I had to get rid of them because they was beating me up for stuff that I had already beat myself up for enough. So to not allow that, you got to go. I don't care who you is. I mean, you could have came on me, and you got to go if you putting that on me. Like, I'm sorry. So,
because it's so much work that, like, when you're working on yourself and you're actively trying to do better, the last thing you need is for somebody to be pulling you back to or reminding you of the shit okay, I know I lived this shit.
Right, because I don't think people realize that. Okay, so the easy part is the change. The hard part is the depression that comes behind the change. Like, you beat yourself up because you didn't do it this way, or you thinking that since it wasn't their way, it was the wrong way.
Yep.
There's a whole lot of thought process to that. So people don't understand that. When you get it though, it becomes easier for you to be like, oh, you don't get that? Oh, all right. Oh, you perfect? Oh, all right, bye.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, exactly, because ain't nobody perfect out here.
Like, introduce me to the perfect person, because I don't know not one person that's breathing that ain't been through something or did something that they weren't supposed to do. So
if you got your ears pierced, you're a sinner.
Right.
If you had sex before marriage, you're a sinner. If you judge people, you're a sinner.
If
you can't face yourself in the mirror, but you got fingers on other people, you're a sinner. So who perfect? Where? Show me, please. And please, and show me the definition of perfect and where you fit that category, please. Because you got to be the second coming or the third coming, or how many comings it is of Jesus. Because ain't no way.
Like, the main thing, everybody bashing these moms about not raising their kids right or not doing this. Like, who is the perfect mom? Where's she at? Who know how to be a mom? You know what I'm saying?
Mary ain't even know how to be a mom.
You do stuff the best way you know how, and half of the people that's talking that taught these bad habits to people that's why they acting like that. So,
yep. Because it definitely starts at home. Like, it starts at home, but also as adults, you have to decide what you choose to use from your childhood or how you were raised. Right. Your background. Like I said in my podcast yesterday, there are a lot of parts of me that come from my mom, but there are a whole lot of parts of my mom that I choose to remove from myself.
Right.
To pay attention to how she did certain things and understand that was the best she had to give, but also to know that there's a better way, and that's okay. I'm not down in her. I really commend my mom for everything she did and how she did it, because she did it the way she felt
The
was the
best way she knew how, right?
exactly. And
Right.
then everybody else, like, I realized as an adult, like, yeah, that was the way that worked for her. That didn't mean that it was a wrong way or the right way, but that's just not my way.
And my biggest thing is the people that do all the judging. Where were you? My daughter said something like that to one of my peoples. Like, okay, you telling me that my mom did this, my mom did that, but so why you ain't step in?
Mm-hmm.
You know, step in to help. Don't step in to tear it down or step in to make it worse, because it just don't work like that. It just don't.
And when you do that, what you're really doing, with what people don't realize, when you go at somebody that's giving their all and some shit they ain't got, they all everything they got plus some shit they ain't really got, plus gathering resources and trying to pull it together, swallowing their pride, their egos, they reaching out even though that's not of their nature, and you make them feel worse about their situation than they already feel, you're not doing anything but telling us what type of person you are.
Right.
That is only an example of the hatred and the hurt and the jealousy and the envy of their perseverance and their strength that you have within you.
Right, because you
That's
need
not
them to fail
like
so that you can feel like you on top.
exactly.
Like I
You're
said, not to
using
sound arrogant. Like I appreciate everything people. They tell me they proud of me. They tell me, you've grown. But I don't care. I don't care how you feel now. You know what I'm saying? I cared how you feel when I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But you put me down. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't care now. I'm good. I know I'm doing a good job. I'm proud of myself. That's where it counts. I don't care.
and when you get to the point where you don't really care about that validation, it seems like that's when it starts falling out the sky. And you just like, it's like you don't want to be ungrateful. No, I appreciate the applause and all that.
Right.
Like you said, when I needed you to lift me up, when I needed to hear those praises, when I needed those encouraging words, they weren't there. And like a lot of people are tripping off my post earlier that I put on Facebook. And I put pictures and stuff in my story. Like, if you want to like me when I wear my fupa, don't come over here now that I'm snatching my waist. And I mean that in all aspects of my life. If you weren't around when I was homeless, if you weren't around when I didn't have money and I didn't look my best and I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I was doing the best I could for my kids, and you weren't trying to help or reach out, you ain't got nothing for me at this point.
Right.
And
don't get it twisted. Not those who just don't know, because some people just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of those who absolutely know, been in the inside, because some people just don't know. They don't know what you go through,
Yeah,
but if you hear that I'm going through something and you go adding with them to what you hear, then talk about your ass. Yeah.
The one that come to the source and try to actually be there, like,
right.
Fuck what everybody's saying about me. If you hearing that, come to me and hey, you good, you need some help. If you
even if you don't have nothing to offer, sometimes a simple "Are you okay?" or a ear, not a nosy ear that's gonna go talk about you behind your back, but to listen to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that could be all a person needs. Like, don't wait till a person killed themselves and then now you want to send a message, or wait till a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too late now. You know
now, I wish I would have said this, if we just fixed it, and if I would have just known, because y'all see all these posts just like we do of people saying check on your people.
Right.
If you're saying check on your strong friends, I am the strong friend, she is the strong friend. People don't check up. We check on each other.
Like,
people don't,
seriously, like,
people
when I was doing fuck shit, I was like the most popular person in Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew me. Everybody wanted to be around me. Everybody called me. But this last few years, I have had people tell me that they thought I was dead. That means that, like, you just absolutely don't even know where I'm gone. Like,
no idea what's going on.
Like, that's the craziest thing. And I'm still here. I'm still in the city. I'm not even, I'm not in another county, none of that. I'm still around. And people thought I was dead. Like, that goes to show you,
like y'all ripped me off.
Right.
Because if you thought I was dead, you ain't contact me, you come to my page.
Right.
clearly you ain't come to my page and see that my kids. I'm holiday stuff and I'm posting quotes and memes. Like, who you thought was running my page? Like, what did you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, those are times, and it might be matter to somebody else. But when you come to somebody and say, I thought you was dead, how am I supposed to take that? How am I supposed to take that? What other explanation or feeling am I supposed to have other than damn? Like,
or keep that same thought, because I am. Bye. I mean, you know me, I don't care. I ain't got no filter. I don't care. You thought I was dead. Oh, I am. Bye.
No, for real. Like, when she told me that shit blew me away. Like, motherfucker said you was what?
Right.
Me and her lost touch. You know what I'm saying? Life happens and we separated. We went, you know what I'm saying, separate ways. Shit. But I always knew she was alive because I checked on her. Because we're actual friends. We're family. We're actual, you know what I'm saying, actually connected. I actually give a fuck about her and her kids and her well-being. That's why I knew she was alive. Like, how
hello, dead girl. Hey, girl.
And then when we ran into each other, like how we ran into each other, and people was just looking like, how she just walk up on her like that? Because y'all don't even know.
Right.
You don't even know. Like, that's my dog.
Most people that I'm cool with, people don't even know them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the one that just commented on your thing. Mm-hmm. That's my dog too.
I'm weak. I don't even know who that is. I just seen the mother. But I'm tripping off these people coming in here just looking. Hi, how are you? Speak or be blocked. Because I don't do that just watching me stuff. That's how you get, bananaed on here. I'm talking about TikTok.
Oh.
That's why I keep moving over here so they don't see.
I was about to say, let me go. I can do both.
They can't see.
It don't matter. I can still be on there.
Yeah. Give me some likes so some can see this on TikTok, because I had to shut it down and restart it. Y'all know I just talk. I'm gonna edit this out later before I post it. This episode is gonna be a minute.
Probably, especially the stuff that I be saying. She probably definitely gonna edit.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm talking right, but that's how I talk on my podcast.
Okay.
Like some stuff, like if I feel like it gets too, but that's like IG. We get busy.
I go to
say, yeah. A lot of stuff. Trust me, this subject is a light one. Like yesterday.
Yeah, I might start coming up here to force my little opinion.
Yeah, like I said, I always invite people. I think people be nervous, so they feel like they. But if you have an opinion, if you feel like you want to join on TikTok, or if you want to, hey wifey, or if you want to join on Instagram, join by all means. Especially, that's what the podcast is for, is to expose conversations that I'm not scared to bring up, that other people might want to chime in on, but they don't have a platform, or they don't feel like, their opinions are valued. Peer pressure is all about that. We're going to discuss it, and we're going to be real. You just can't be scared, though. Don't come up here talking about, well, I can't say that, because this is not the place for you. Because I'm going to tell you, yeah, bro, you go ahead with that, and I'm going to boop, boop, get you up out of here. I'm going to get you
real quick.
Real fast. Because we not even doing that. No, but seriously, back to the subject, seriously, I feel like a lot of people also don't understand or realize that it's easy to judge people, but it's hard as hell to work on yourself. You get what I'm saying? One of those is easy. Just like they say, everything easy that comes to you and all that stuff, it's not of value. You have to work for anything that's worth having. So think about somebody, or just think about yourself. Think about the hardest thing it is for you to get over, for your addiction, because everybody has one, whether it be people, whether it be marijuana, some other substance, alcohol, whatever. You have an addiction. and somebody just told you need to take that away from yourself or you're not going to be here anymore. And you got to fight so hard trying to let go and remove that from your life. And you finally do it. As hard as it was for you, you finally do it. And then somebody come back. Remember you used to do that? Remember you used to do this all the time? You should come over here with these people doing that all the time. Because we thought you was doing that anyway, so you might as well come over here. Motherfucker, if I didn't just tell you that I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm recovered, that I'm trying to get back, like, what kind of shit? What kind of mess is that? I need a roll call or y'all getting out of here. I mean that. Like, y'all think it's a joke. It's a few of y'all on here that's just sitting right here. I'm not with it. I promise you. And I'm going to keep interrupting saying that because we just not doing that. I'm not.
Especially on TikTok, because anybody be on
what? Anybody. Hey, Niche. But yeah, like, for instance, I have a problem with hypersexuality, and I understand that. So I stopped myself from having sex for a long time. Like, y'all don't even understand. That's hard, okay? That is hard for me. So, hey, TikTok just shut down. I don't know if I got banned or what. But anyway.
Yeah, it did.
But what I am going to say is that was hard for me to just abstain from it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was for my best interest because I was giving myself to people who didn't deserve me. But the fact that I'm at a point where I'm doing that again is like, what? Nah, it didn't. It lost connection because it's trying to let me resume it. But I still turned it more to the side because I ain't got time.
Yeah, because your mouth said closed. Oh, yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
See, y'all in these comments saying this retarded stuff, block. Somebody on here talking about twerk, I need head. Like, what? And see, yesterday, there was a bunch of foreign people in my life, and I didn't know who they was, but they weren't disrespectful. They was just
in there. We don't use those words.
What?
Foreign people sound very prejudiced now.
It's not prejudice. It's just they're not from the United States.
Okay.
They didn't speak English. When they did comment, it was in a different language. They were foreign to me, which means that I just didn't know of them. Foreign means that you're not a familiarity to me.
Well, find out what them words you're saying, girl. It might be a good thing.
It might be. I might need to screenshot and translate. So you can do that from a picture on Google now.
Yes, translation. They got the translations.
I ain't gonna tell y'all all my spy secrets because when I feel like being crazy, I don't need people to know what I'm capable of.
See, I'm trying to ease it in there and then keep it moving. Go ahead.
Look. You see the comments. Niche, thank you for the likes, baby. I don't know what they was doing. This is on my other phone. This is on my backup phone, so that might be why. Because that one is not on, so that if the Wi-Fi waver, it's gonna waver. But I really feel like people need to be more understanding, and a lot of that comes from people not understanding themselves. I keep on saying stuff about self-accountability, and I don't know if it's just because I'm going through a phase and I'm really learning self-accountability for myself. Maybe it is because that's what this all started from, me learning things and wanted to share those with people, but wanted to share them in a way that I knew I would have been more receptive if given to me this way. Like, I had to ask her because she speaks how I speak. A lot of people don't understand our relationship because she talked to me like a big sister or a mom. But that is the relationship and the connection we have. I don't take her words, even if it comes off aggressive to other people. I don't take them negative because I know she doesn't mean me harm. Me and her go back and forth. We, like I said, we sisters. So we gonna have problems and we gonna have stuff we disagree. We disagreed earlier to what, yesterday or today, whatever.
You don't even remember. See, it don't even matter.
Exactly, because it's never that fucking deep. It's never that serious. I know what we got into it about was her wanting the best for me. I didn't tell her all the information. If I told her everything, then she probably would have, you know what I'm saying, seen it different. She would have still said what she said, but she would have probably seen it a little differently. But that's my sister. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to hold me accountable. She's supposed to tell me when people playing in my face. She's supposed to call me on my shit. That's what real friendship is. Not dragging somebody down when they already down. Or right. when they're trying to get up, you see them, or they picking themselves up slowly, leg by leg, arm by arm. As soon as they get both arms and both legs up and they stand up straight, here you go. Come on, grabbing this leg. Like, come on, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you can't take words, then I ain't the friend for you, because I'm gonna expect you. If you see me and you be like, bitch, your hair look nappy, I'm gonna expect for you to say that to me. And I'm not gonna take offense to it, because I'm gonna say it to you. I promise you. Bitch, your pussy stink.
For
I'm
real.
gonna expect for you to tell me that, because I'm gonna tell you. That, come on now.
Because that's real friendship. But it's so many fake, fraudulent, trifling, here, like, people out here, hypocritical people out here that, yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard for you to be able to distinguish that or to understand that when you see it, especially if you've always been around, like you were raised by people that was fake. You went out in the world and your friends was fake. Then your siblings was fake. Then you went into school and met, the opposite sex.
And people not realizing that instead of you saying, like, talking to people about stuff, even that past, what they did, whatever, you don't do that. You just talking about them, and all you doing. Everybody want to break this generational curse, but how you doing the same thing? All you doing is making the cycle keep going and keep going and keep going. Talk to these people. Check on your people. Talk to them. Tell them that they doing wrong, or see what they need to be doing right, or whatever the case may be. Stop falling in. That's all y'all doing is just falling in.
Really care, then help, but don't drag people down. Don't make people feel worse. Like I said, about what it is everybody has imperfections. Like I said, everybody has something that they're insecure about, something they want to work on, something they wish was better, or that they wish they were in a better position with. So who are you to go to them and drag them down? Or to even if you don't do it to them, this is what make it worse. When you're dragging them to other people to turn someone else's perspective of them into something else based on your opinions, when you aren't present day in their lives anyway to even have an opinion.
Because what I have learned that over time, like, even is, I'm gonna go back as far as my grandma. Like, we always say what my aunts ain't doing, or what, my mom or whatever. But okay, so what happened when they was being raised, or what happened when my grandma was being raised? Like, nobody never pay attention to that, but they always want to pass judgment. You don't know what a person going through, what they, or how much a person can take, for that matter, because some people can't take you gossiping about them behind their back and then end up in Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people can't take that. They be dying in silence. Like,
exactly. And then when you hear people suicidal or people in their life, everybody act like they so astonished or they so. But did you care about them when they were breathing?
Right.
Did you worry and check on them? Did you share these memories with them? Hey, remember when we did this before they passed away? Or were you sitting here judging the fact that the last encounter with them, they didn't speak the way they normally spoke, or they didn't carry on conversation how they were? Instead of you checking on them,
some people are put on like they okay, they pushing stuff under the rug, but then some smaller happen and they'll go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't paying attention to none of that. We just passing judgment on
like
people.
I said, it's a progression where they not being themselves and you still not checking on them. Instead, you're judging them. Oh, they acting funny.
Right. Or you can just, you know what I'm saying? Even if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you wrong, go to them, because you never know. And I'm gonna take my own advice with that too, because the situation happened recently that that I won't necessarily. All I knew was shit was different. You know what I'm saying? But
But that's like I said, it's all a work in progress. We all are works in progress. We all have something we're striving to that we have to be better with, and it's going to be contest. It's not no situation where, oh, okay, I have the issue, you know what I'm saying, or I might, I pay attention to everybody all the time, and my issue is that I need to stop being aggressive. Okay, and you focus on not being aggressive, and then you not paying attention to people as much because you focus on not being aggressive. Right. So a test been brought to you like, hey, you got to pay more attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all things that we have to work on constantly. It's not a thing where it's like, oh, this one thing you got to stay on this, so you got to stay. No, you got to fix all this shit simultaneously. Exactly. Like, you cannot judge people just because people wear their struggle different than you wear yours does not mean they do not have a struggle, bruh. Just because people, oh, she seemed like she got all her stuff together, she got everything, you know what I'm saying, together, bruh. Really talk to her, sit down with her, like, you know what I'm saying, you good? Like, how's your mental? I ain't worried about your finance. If you feel like certain parts of her life are, you know what I'm saying, together, check on the other parts of her life, and then you might find out that the parts you thought was together ain't together. Right. It's just about genuinely caring about people. People don't really care anymore. People don't give a fuck. People pretend like they give a fuck so hard that they start to believe it, and then when they show them their true selves, they like, well, this is who I've been. Nigga, I didn't know that. That ain't who you showed me. That shit is wild. I don't understand. I don't think I'm meant to understand everything. I do understand that. Hello. Hey, Mona. I definitely understand that I'm not meant to understand everything. But certain things are just common sense, but common sense ain't common. That's the gist of that. For me, anyway. Common sense is not common. Respecting people's feelings is not common. Acknowledging your faults is not common. Holding yourself accountable is not common. Believing in yourself is not common. Self-love is not common. Like, it's not common. It really is sad. And then it's a thing when you look into the past and you check in with your elders and you realize, like, this is not just something I started doing, or, you know what I'm saying, who I became. This is what y'all raised me to be. This has been passed down to me. And then you realize you have to fix that, and you're supposed to break those curses. That weight is heavy as hell, but I'm going to carry it because this got to go. All this strain, the spirit of poverty, the spirit of codependency, the spirit of abuse, the spirit of substance abuse, the spirit, all of that got to go. If I got to be the one to break it, it's broke. And I've been telling my people since I walked across that stage without being pregnant, that was the first curse. I broke the generational curse of women in my family all the way back to 5 generations getting pregnant without a degree, or college, a high school diploma, or a degree. I broke that one, and I'm going to continue to break them.
I'm gonna speak on that too, because over time I've learned different from. Okay, so I always felt like, you know, if I did this and, you know, my family did it, I did it, I was better. You know what I'm saying? I broke a curse, and I don't. Over time, I found that to not be true. What happened? What I seen happening was I was lowering my standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of saying, oh, well, my mama had a baby at 17, but I didn't. At least I waited until 19. Then, you know what I'm saying? I was only trying to be better than, you know what I'm saying? Who she was, and it shouldn't be like that. Then we not setting the highest standards for ourselves. So I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't find that to be effective, but based off of the way I live.
No,
not saying it's not effective to nobody else, but
I didn't go into the mind state of that. I just realized it after time that I did break it. It wasn't something that I was like, at that point, I wasn't even conscious of generational curses. Like, there are more than one curse. That was just the first one. There are more than one curse that I have broken.
You can't break no
or,
generational curse with one generation. So I need for people to know that while you trying to break a curse with your kid, but you don't talk to your mama, it ain't gonna work because she part of that curse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need for people to know that. Like, how you gonna teach your kid to do better, but you can't even get over what you got going on with your parents? Like, it's not gonna happen. So people gotta understand.
That's the second curse that I broke. My relationship with my mom. Me fixing that, me choosing to fix that and swallow my pride and I had to let go. Like, I had to actually let go. Like, hey, she did that shit. She knows she did it. You know she did it. She ain't ready to talk about it. Let it go. Like, my therapist even told me, like, she not going to own it. Sometimes you have to just forgive people for you. It can't be based on whether they acknowledge it or they give you closure, quote unquote.
Right. Going back to they was the best that they knew how to be. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where that curse was broken early for me, because when I became a mother, that shit changed everything. My perspective on everything changed. And I went to her and had an honest conversation with her. And I let her know, like, yeah, she brought up that she knew I had resentment towards her. And I let her know, no, I let that go.
Right.
Like, and I wasn't even in as deep as I am now as a mother. It just the children and having to make those decisions and everything about your well-being and your life change based on this person that you birthed into this world, it changed my whole perception. But my mom didn't work on her relationship with her mom until the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't realize it. Some people don't even realize that it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a problem bigger than you. Like, we always like, well, my mama ain't do this, or my parents ain't do this, or I ain't have that. We don't even realize that they got a problem too, and all you doing is repeating the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Cursing yourself. As much as you don't want to be like her, you end up being like her from not trying to be like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just keep on going over and over and over again.
Yeah, because you recognize the human aspect of it when you actually put yourself in those people's shoes,
right?
And it makes it easier to see clearly. Like, granted, no, I don't feel like people should not hold themselves accountable for the things that they do, but I also recognize that you can only see as far as your vision carries you.
Right.
And when I say that, I mean, you can't see the full picture. You can't stand in your front yard and see the whole United States.
But if you have a conversation with them, it may become clear. Exactly. But if you hate them, you can't have that conversation. So you go out in the world bitter and become that same bitter mom to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Can't do that.
Exactly. And like I said, it's not just even in the relationship between parent and child.
Yeah. I'm using parents because that's what I
expect. But
it could be anybody.
I've experienced that in friendship. I've experienced that in relationship. Like, y'all have, you know what I'm saying, y'all that follow the podcast, y'all have heard me admit and say, like, there are people that I know I find bad with in relationships, like friendships and all of that. But there are also people that I know I tried my best in those relationships and friendships, and those people didn't give me their best. So I own both sides of it. I know I taken the time, even twice removed from relationships. It could be a relationship that, like, was one of my first relationships, little play relationships, and then I'm in a serious relationship later on in life, and I have been able to see, like, oh, you was wilding out.
Right.
You got to be able
to step back. I've taken stuff from from my oldest kid's dad, being married to him. I've taken stuff from that relationship and insinuated it in this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may got some of the same qualities, but how am I gonna handle it based off of, you know what I'm saying, what I went through leaving that man? You know what I'm saying? Like, people just. But then I was young and I was judging, and you know what I'm saying, thinking about what person could have been going through to cause them to do that stuff.
Yeah, it takes time. And again, like I said, it's an ongoing process. Like it's not no one and done situation. Anything that you've experienced, you can expect to experience something similar later. Like, and if you don't, then not paying.
Say what?
Because if you don't think some of this stuff is deja vu on purpose because you didn't learn the lesson the first
Right.
tripping. I'm telling you, you tripping. Tap in with me if you feel like you need some reassurance on that. I promise you. If it's something that keeps happening in your life, you just realize it keep happening, you're missing. Like, even if you got part of it, you ain't get the whole lesson. I promise you. Because if you think about it, there are certain things in your life you only experience one time. Or,
and some people, I'm gonna say, some people don't get to go through it again and it be done, you know. But as long as you got breath, you can make a change. You can be different. You can, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be different. I don't know.
like I
I know
said,
one thing. Everything that I go through now, I try to see, you know, all right, what's the message in this, or you know, what am I supposed to be doing that's making God allow this to happen to me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. It has to be.
so,
It
but if
has to
you
be.
over here putting me down for it, and I'm over here thinking about how I can better the situation, then we, you know, we ain't on the same page anyway. So again, your ass gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. Either way, you get.
your ass gotta go for sure.
Not even on the same. You're not even on the same. You know what I'm saying? The
Like,
same.
I'm fixing me and you down at me. So tell me how that's gonna work together.
And this is the thing. Also, when you get to a point of knowing yourself, y'all know I always say this: who and whose you are, and what you are. You just not letting people do that to you. Like, bruh, I'm putting all this work in on me. If you can't recognize me for where I am now and who I am now, then it ain't no space for you. I'm not gonna leave opportunity playing in my face with that bull from back in 2012. Like, even the bull from 2022 in the beginning. Because I'm not the person I was in January. The fuck?
I'm like, yeah, right. Like, something happened to me in 2020 that was real life changing. You know what I'm saying? And caused me to go backwards and have a nervous breakdown and all types of shit. And some people seen that and just assumed that I was, you know what I'm saying, I was who I used to be. No, I just went through something. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I went through something, but I handled it way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, get on
That's
here.
exactly what this situation I just went through helped me realize. Like, no, I'm not who I used to be. And that was for myself, not for nobody else. Like, it made me realize I'm not who I used to be. I just went through something. But I definitely got myself out of the situation quicker than I did.
Real fast. Real fast, might I add, people. She got all that motherfucker real fast.
You know what I'm saying? Before, I went through that shit for 3.5 years. I went through that shit for 3 months.
And it's and with people judging the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I made a mistake. I'm human. Like, you did make a mistake. You did something. You know what I'm saying? But they see it as a mistake because they ain't trying to see nothing different past what they normally see in you. That's it.
Like, there's so
You
many,
ain't do absolutely nothing wrong, but other people see
like,
you doing it wrong because you went through it before.
some of their comments in their mind and their intention, and I try to believe that that was their intention. The way they presented their comments was, I thought you was better than
Right.
that. It wasn't.
But how would you know you better than that if you ain't go through it to get past it? How do they
Like
know
I
you
said,
ain't better
three
than that
and
by
a
the
half
way you?
years of going through what I was going through versus 3 months, that's a hell of a difference.
Right.
That's a hell of a
But people,
difference. And
like,
to
people
be
expect
honest,
you to be
I wasn't
perfect.
even going through it the whole 3 months. I was really going through it for like a month. And some,
No matter how long you had, you know, it was something that happened in your life, and how you handle it is all that matters. Like, what their opinion don't matter.
it
If
doesn't.
you want to, if you want to help me, you know what I'm saying. You can help me, but your opinion don't really matter, or what you think I should have did, or what I shouldn't do. Nobody cares what you think.
And that's exactly why it's a lot, like I said on the podcast yesterday, there are a lot of people that don't realize that 2022 ended for them already with me. I'm not waiting till the 31st. That shit is done.
Yeah.
If you knew me and you realize you ain't hurt, matter of fact, I can honestly say this. The people who I deal with like that have heard from me or been around me within the last 24 hours. The people that I'm going to deal with going forward have talked to or been around me within the last 24 hours. If you haven't, that's on you.
Guess what? I don't even know who I'm going to cut off yet, because you still got a chance. But if you do something, you can get cut off today, the 31st, January 5th, whatever, you know, like, I mean, that's how I go. Like, I'm cool with everybody, but if you be on that shit, I know what you're saying. You know, I got to put my little smart phone
keeping in my life, they have contacted me or been around me within the last 24 hours. Yeah. The rest of the people, you know what I'm saying, that choose to get cut off between now and the 31st, it's still room to get cut the fuck off.
Right.
Don't hold that up.
It's you can still room to stay in my life. It depends on how you act. Let me tell you. You know, you might take something from this and learn that I ain't judging her. Let me see what she's talking about. But if you on that same shit, your ass gone, bye.
Cut. And you can ask anybody that I have cut off in my life, whether male or female. When you cut off, you're cut the fuck off. If you're not, you're not. But if you are cut off, you're cut the fuck off. And people don't understand. When I remove my energy, you feel that shit. You feel that shit. Ain't no backsies around this bitch.
I don't even think people feel it with me. That's how nonchalant I be, because there's somebody still texting my phone to this day. And they think
that's how they feel it. That's why they still texting your phone, because they need
you. Like, where are you texting? Like, oh, okay.
Because they
got it, but they'll get it back.
I'm telling you, they know. That's how you know. Like, the people who still don't hit you up, they think everything cool. They don't realize till they hit you up that shit ain't cool. You get what I'm saying? Right. Until they try to pull at your energy and you don't respond, then it be like, oh shit. Like, wait a minute. Then they start thinking about everything they did to you wrong. Some of the shit you don't even know they did wrong to you. They just start thinking about this shit.
It's sad, I tell you.
That shit is sad as fuck. Like, he said it won't let him
Lord,
in.
the girl said, do I want some Carisha, please?
Oh, what is that?
I had to mute it because I ain't want DeLeon, child. I got Quavo, DeLeon, I got everything down here.
Oh, excuse me. I need to buy.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm talking about generational curses. I feel like
to this episode,
like
so I can
generational curses. Speaking of that, I feel like my children, I need to cut down alcohol intake. Oh yeah, I got grown children anyway. So for anybody want to judge me on that, yes, we drink together. They're grown. They can go by their own shit, but they start judging me on that. They are adults. She ain't her child that's under 21. Chill out, relax. Ain't none of that going on. My sister is, you know what I'm saying, she is a grown-ass woman and her kids are grown-ass women. The little one is like a grandma, but she's 6, so it's like you get confused talking to her, but you know not to give her alcohol, if that makes sense to you. Like, you have a conversation with her, you feel like she older than you, but then you realize, like, you're a child. Stop talking to me like that. Go sit down. Like that. Like, bro, what did you just say to me? You weren't supposed to say that. You're 6. Right. Oh, well, well, we ain't even. I'm gonna leave that one alone. That's another day.
No, but seriously, this episode was all to say, let people grow up, let people change, be okay with the fact that things are not always going to be the same, that people are not always going to be the same, their desires are not always be the same. Learn at the same speed you did. Maybe they ain't learned what you've learned yet. Like, allow them to learn. Get that lesson in it. Let them grow. Like, and then also, instead of you being triggered by them in a negative way when they say they're working on something or they change or they're not into certain things. Use that as motivation to fix some shit in your life. How about that? Because a lot of times what it be is you're jealous because you ain't got to the point that they are. That's what I recognize too. A lot of times people hate on you or they try to pull you back down to where you used to be because they still there.
You know, coming out of my situation at the beginning, you know, I was fake. I didn't call them no more. And I had to tell people, like, okay, so now I'm gonna be real with you, motherfucker. We weren't friends. We just did the same shit together. I ain't gonna say what I really said, but you know what I mean. Okay, so do you want me to really give it to you? All right. Let me do what I'm doing over here. I need to do this for me now. Period.
Lord.
You know I can be harsh.
And they are blocking my lives. I just want y'all to know that this is disrespectful. I have sent this live to certain people and they like, when they go to my profile, it doesn't even show that I'm live, which is wild.
Yeah, that's probably because I'm on here. You know they be tapping into me. They don't like when I talk. They be bleaching my phone.
Girl,
I ain't talking about people that y'all talking about.
no, I don't like that I talk either. They definitely have a problem with it. Like we're not even gonna get into it.
Yeah, because they want us to be like this, and y'all just helping them out.
They want to silence.
But that's another subject for another day. But, you know.
I promise. But I really, like I said, I wanted to get into the subject. I really wanted to actually be open about some of the things that I've seen. I know y'all been like, where she been at? I ain't post no podcast in a month, but I gave y'all one yesterday. I'm gonna wait and surprise y'all with the date that I finalized this one. There will be a part 2 to Where's the Love. We already talked about that yesterday, but I'm going to reiterate that. Where's the Love part 2 is going to be on Friday. It's going to be midday. And y'all know why it's going to be midday, because it's New Year's Eve. I don't know what y'all going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, time. I'm going to try to get that out so it can be available for everybody on New Year's Day. So y'all be able to chime in. If you are interested in being a guest on the podcast, as you can see, Shonda did not have to show her face. You do not have to show your face. You just come on here, voice your opinion, get off if you want to, or if you're enjoying the conversation and you want
to. I might need to show my face.
Huh?
I said I might need to. They're gonna say something about that too.
Girl, whatever. Anyway, it's other people that have joined my podcast. Like I said, this is about being real and raw. So no, you don't have to show your face. I want other people's perspectives. So it's multiple people that can join. You can join on TikTok or on Instagram. I'm going to be always doing it from the Pure Pressure page on TikTok and from the Pressure page. Excuse me. Lord, y'all, the alcohol. Instagram. So y'all can join either way. It doesn't matter. Both, sections are going to be used, and that's why it's going to take me some time to edit this and put them together, because certain parts are going to come from TikTok and some going to come from Instagram. But it's so that people can get different perspectives and they can chime in and say how they feel, because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of my podcast. I don't know about nobody else. Everybody else, seem to just like to hear themselves talk, or they have their have their co-hosts. I'm not interested in co-hosts. I just rather people chime in and give their perspective, because this is something I'm building.
Speaking of what, I'm gonna go ahead and chime out so some other people can maybe want to say if
they could join in. It can hold up to 4 people.
Oh, if okay. Join, I don't know about this home.
Yeah, if they want to join, they can join. On TikTok, it up to 6 people can join, and on Facebook up to 4. So whatever. I mean Instagram. So whatever. If they wanted to, they would have requested. Whatever. There were some people who requested on Instagram, but like I said, those were people that I know don't speak our language because they were in the comments sending the language. I
Don't try to not let them come on because I'm on here because I talk to them too.
Bro, we not gonna know what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
You can join now if you would like to. So the topic today is people allowing people to change, to let their past go, to not live in who they used to be, which seems to be a problem for people. Hello, beautiful. Hey, love.
Who that is? Oh, hey, Sunshine Girl.
This on TikTok. They joined on TikTok. You can join on TikTok too if you want to. So everybody be on the same one. That's up to you.
I will stay where I'm at. I can still, they can hear me. I ain't talking to them.
Can y'all hear her? But basically, we were discussing how people, want to keep you in the same space that you used to be. So if you used to do a certain thing, you used to act a certain way, they don't want to let that go. They want to continue to press you or to treat you or to expect you to act the same way, to allow the same things, to be on the same things that you were before, and how that can cause so much conflict, especially when you're working hard to change. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. Yeah, so I could definitely tap in on that one. Because I was recently in a relationship for like 6 years. Yeah, 2 kids. And it was just kind of like, I was in the space of like creating my own doula business. And it was just like, he would not support it. He was just, oh, you shouldn't do that. Like, it was just like one of those things. It was just like his life wasn't where it was. So it was just like he wanted me to be stuck in the same position as him. That's like, I'm trying to create generational wealth. Like, I can't be stuck. You want to be stuck, be in the same position, money, paycheck to paycheck. So, like, after 6 years, completely, because it was just like, I can't. Like, I love you dearly. We still have a good co-parents relationship, but it was just like, where I want to be, where you want to stay, is just not it. Like, we got to go separate ways. It's just crazy. As soon as I let that relationship go and I healed, like, my business was booming. I got so many new mom clients and making a bag. I'm like, you mean to tell me? And that's what I tell people sometimes. I feel like, too, God will you where you at until certain people from your life.
It's yes. Oh my God. That is the biggest thing that I didn't even discuss this with Shonda. We talked about some things today, but that's the biggest thing I realized. Today, I woke up with so much energy. I woke up with a different perspective because I journaled last night. I prayed. I saged my house. I blessed my house. I cried on my altar. I talked to my ancestors. I went back to who I am and the things that I know that helped me. I painted last night, all of that. I barely slept last night, but when I woke up,